Hey there, Scouters. In tonight's video, we're talking about troop rules. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Sespi Scouter, and if this is your first time here and you're ready to earn your YouTube merit badge, go ahead and click on the merit badge down in the corner right now to subscribe to the channel. All right, Scouters, now like I said, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the rules that I put in place for all the scouting units that I'm a leader in. Now, before I share with you what our troops rules are, I want to make sure that you know that, of course, we follow Guide to Safe Scouting, Trek on Safely, weather hazards, and all the other trainings that are available on my.scouting.org. But these are the rules that are supplemental to everything that's already laid out by Boy Scouts of America National. In my units, there are two main rules that I expect all Scouts to follow at all times. The first, follow the Scout Oath. And the second, follow the Scout Law. By ensuring that our Scouts follow the Scout Oath and the Scout Law at all times, it's very easy for us to keep the rules of the game very broad and very open. Like a lot of rules that are out there, there's a little bit of wiggle room for interpretation. But ultimately, when we look at any possible problem that can arise in one of our scouting units, we can really bring it back to the Scout Oath and the Scout Law and figure out what went wrong from there. A while back ago, BSA National had a campaign they called the 12 Points of the Scout Law, Words to Live By. And I subscribe to that 100% and encourage that with all of my Scouts. When my older two kids were in middle school, their favorite teacher, the band teacher, had some very simple rules for all his students to follow as well. He said, "I expect you to be ladies and gentlemen." It definitely leaves some room for interpretation, but that's interpretation from both sides. Generally, enforcement of the rules and upholding our troops' rules are up to the youth leaders, and the Scouts pretty much police themselves in that manner. But in the extremely rare occasion that it has to be elevated where an adult has to step in, we'll try to sit down with that Scout and ask them which point of the Scout Law or which part of the Scout Oath do they think that they violated when they broke those rules. A lot of the time, a broken rule can turn into a learning opportunity for a Scout. Now, don't get me wrong. There are obviously other rules that we enforce with our Scouts. No inappropriate material campouts, no video or photo equipment in the changing rooms or the bathrooms, no fires in the tents, and any other basic rules that may be in place from the camp or the event that we're at. But when it comes down to whether or not I had to sit down with the assistant Scoutmasters and the parent committee and say, hey, we need to put down this big list of rules for our Scouts to follow on paper, we didn't think that it was necessary. Having the Scouts live up to the Scout Oath and the Scout Law are enough. And on the topic of the Scout Law, that makes for another great Scoutmaster conference or Board of Review question. We like to ask our Scouts, if you had to remove any one point of the Scout Law, which would it be? And we also ask them if they think we need to add anything to the Scout Law. So that's my question for you today, Scouters. If you had to remove one point from the Scout Law, which would it be? Leave it in a comment down below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you always see when I upload a new video. If you like what I had to say here, share it with a friend. Don't forget to keep it simple and make it fun, and we'll see you at the next one. This is the Sespi Scouter, saying goodnight.